Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, and due to a very nasty migraine, I am home today. I took some painkillers this morning, so the migraine has actually subsided substantially, but I'm still not sure that I would be able to be at work. However, I do mix in my resting time with doing a little bit of work. So today is Wednesday, and I thought I would talk a little bit about my tracking and my Fitbit. So it's about a week since I got it. I got it on Thursday last week, so it's actually the 7th day today. And I thought I would talk a little bit about it and how it has worked out for me. So we have a few things to go through. What I'm using is a Fitbit Ultra HR. It kind of hooks up with your smartphone through Bluetooth, like most of the Fitbit accessories do. The special thing with this one is that it has a heart rate monitor. That is why it's called HR, and with that it can actually help you to calculate stuff like when you are in fat burner mode, because when you train, if you are a trainer, if you are go to the gym a lot, you might know this, but depending on your heart rate, you will be in different kind of modes of burning things. When you are in normal mode, you're just burning things as you usually do. Then you have a mid mode, which is where you actually get better at your cardio. So it's a cardio, and then if you go over that, you come into fat burning. So when you have a very high heart rate, you will start burning fat. But yeah, I mainly use it to kind of make sure that it is a panic attack and nothing else, because a panic attack doesn't show up on it, which is actually pretty good, because it does help me to get out of my panic attacks much faster. For me, I have a very medical view on my panic attacks. I think you have to find the way you work with yours. For me, it always been that I've been able to calm myself out of a panic attack by actually feeling my heart rate and breathing slowly. I also heard that by pressing on your blood veins in your neck when you are taking your blood pulse, the one in the neck will actually make you calmer. Cool stuff. But yeah, so that's about the heart rate thing. Otherwise, it is basically the same thing as any of these Fitbits. It tracks your steps. The Fitbit app can track a whole bunch of things. Whatever Fitbit supply you have, you can have the Fitbit app. I think it will look differently, because your the kind of front page of the app will look differently, because you have depending on which band you have, because they have different information that you get out of it. But most of them you can set goals. In my case, I can set goals for how many steps, how long I walked, how much calories I've burned, how much like training time I had each day, which means I have my heart rate above a certain amount of heartbeats a minute, with in the combination of having that under a longer period of time. Anyhow, I have concentrated on the steps part and on the carbs part. So for the steps part, I have said 8,000 steps a day. I have though realized during the week that I might have put it too high, not because I'm not hitting it, but because I have aches and pains in my body that doesn't really go away with resting. So I would, if you would be like me, being a very sedentary person and going into movement, I would recommend starting at a lower goal, making sure that you hit that goal every day, and when you've done it for a week or two, you can raise that goal. I have chosen 8,000 because it is a little bit higher than what you are recommending for just healthy walking, or healthy body taken care of, because I do want to lose some weight, but I haven't gone up to the full 10,000. I am waiting to do that, getting into letting my body getting used to actually moving every day. So that's how I do it. I also have a carb intake, which is 16, which I put at, I think, 1600. It's actually the app calculates it for me, based on my weight and length and desirable weight loss. And it calculates how much, and then you can choose how much you want to lose each week. Because I am a pretty tiny person, and I also don't have that many kilos to lose, I've actually put my weight loss on a lower range. I think it is supposed to be 0.2 kilos a week, but I think I've lost 0.4 already. So I'm having a little bit of a higher rate of losing than I put in the app. But yeah, and mostly that is because I don't always hit that 1600, because I have taken out unnecessary calories. I'm a little bit dry in my throat, which I get when I have a little bit higher dose of painkillers. Sorry about that. Well, so how do I like the Fitbit? I love the Fitbit. I love having it. One of the things that I have been worried about when it comes to the Fitbit is that my last band was, one, a little bit too tight, two, gave me a rash because it was a little bit too tight. This one I can change on the band, which I really, really like. And also they recommend, when you have it as a thing you have on you all day, to have it loose enough to be able to shift it 2 to 4 centimeters up and down your arm. And that is how loose I have it, and I think it's very comfortable wearing it that. So I will push at it during the day so it doesn't lay on the same place all day. Other things I really love about it is tracking my sleep. I sleep a lot less than I thought I would, and I can really track my how much I wake during the night and how many hours I actually lie awake during the night. I usually don't lie awake during the night. I just wake up, I go to the bathroom, I go to bed again. But I had a couple of wakings, and it kind of, I want to have an 8-hour sleep night, and I usually don't get that 8 hours due to me waking up during the night. So I would probably need to add a little bit more time into my sleep areas so that I cover those waking hours. Also, I've been doing my 8,000 steps a day. It might have been a little bit too much for me, but I feel much better. I feel much like moving in my body, which is awesome. And when it comes to food wise and tracking food, I do use the Fitbit app, but I also use another app to kind of figuring out how much calories I have in my food, because the Fitbit app doesn't have that much Swedish supplies, or Swedish products. When you have like juices and stuff, you can actually scan the barcodes on the app. MyFitnessPal do have a lot more products scanned in, so I can just scan them. I can check all the values, and then I can take them into the Fitbit app, which works great. So that way I've been tracking my calories. I don't know if I will continuously track my calories in the app because it takes time and it's boring, but now at least I have kind of a ballpark idea on how much calories there is in stuff, and therefore kind of being able to plan how much I can eat of everything. A big part of it has been going from having my frappuccinos and my sweet lattes to going to only having cappuccinos with no added sugar, and it actually works out great. So really loving that. The ones I'm doing at home, the cappuccinos I'm doing at home, seem to have a stronger espresso though, so I usually put a little bit of honey in it to remove some of that tardiness, or what it's called, something like that. But yeah, it's a good tool. It's a fun tool. If I didn't tell you so, we can be friends on Fitbit. Hit me up if you have a Fitbit and want to be friends in the Fitbit app. Yes, tell me. But yeah, Gizmo is laying here cuddling with me, and I'm going to sit down, get a little bit more coffee in me, and just relax, hoping that my migraine will go away so I can be back at work in full force in the morning. But good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. So guys, I am on my way to head on to bed to get some beauty sleep, and hopefully I will be able to get up in the morning and feel good in the morning, because I've been feeling better towards the afternoon, so hopefully that will continue, and I can go to work tomorrow because I like going to work. But yeah, I am heading to bed. I just wanted to say good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite.